This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. Oh. Yes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Link Up Podcast with your host, Mr. King, Woods, and no Kana today.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's one of the first things you probably should address, because basically Kana is not, like, the last time there was specific reasons why he couldn't make it on that episode, but in this episode, and at least probably for like 3 more episodes from here on out, Kana won't be here because
he
on
has
vacation.
Explosive diarrhea, so he won't be able to.
That's gonna last 3 weeks.
Yeah,
that's how serious this diarrhea is.
That sounds serious, yeah.
It's nuclear.
Or
okay,
we could just stick with like a certain, the man on vacation in foreign places, so the man cannot be physically present to record these.
The man living his life.
Yeah,
holiday season.
If y'all want to paint it that way, the man on vacation.
If you want painted that way, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, like I was trying to introduce the show, we got a guest in the building, none other than the homie Screwface, here to join us for a.
I don't go by that name no more.
So who are you now?
Well.
You Screwface?
I'm Screwdats, Ebenezer.
Mm-hmm,
yes.
I was aware of that. Screwface is just the old one, but I don't know.
Nah, more people is actually Screwface me. I like to smile these days. Huh?
So you think you was tired of Off Bones, the Nightmare Library?
I just need a new name. No? Nobody was calling me that, so they was calling me Screw. So I just
embrace the Screw.
Yeah.
I mean, I
think it's a little more catchy than Off Bones, especially with the Nightmare Library.
Yeah, with all them those names.
So it's kind of like Chance the Rapper. Like nobody don't call him Chance the Rapper. It's like Chance.
Yeah, it's
we know you're a rapper.
But to me personally, for every artist or every person that want to be somebody, like using an alias name, I find like having a last name, like we say Lloyd Banks, I find that it's important.
So that's why you needed the dots.
I needed the dots.
You didn't just want to be Screw.
I didn't just want to be Screw. I find I was empty.
Okay.
I mean, like my performance name is Woods the Chosen. Most people just call me Woods.
Yeah, that's like Chance the Rapper.
Yeah.
It's like,
I understand it's a long name,
but I get the reason for being Chance the Rapper and Woods the Chosen as well, because like when you type that in, you're only finding one thing.
Yeah, unique.
Yeah. I gotta work on that. Like all of that's what I was thinking. I think I gotta change the name, Mr. King.
Why? That's your name.
Type it in on Spotify. See how long it takes to find my music. Exactly. Like.
So are you go with
earlier to this, I was listening to the hardest on the record. That's the only thing from me that's under the name Mr. King that's on Spotify, because I'd send it to a panel. But right after the song done in Spotify, I started hearing some dancehall thing. Apparently there's a dancehall dude whose name is Mr. King as well, and I was like, oh, okay, true that. So I think maybe I gotta be Mr. King the rapper.
Mr. King, Your Highness.
Nah, if anything, Your Highness would probably be the name that I change it to. Okay, especially like with the spelling that I would have for Your Highness, like that would make it so that if you type that in, like you would only find that.
And then you could just have like ad-libs like the King or something.
Or you could name yourself Royal King. Done with it.
Either way, I'm still gonna be the king, no matter what.
There's options.
Like, whether it's the artist's name or not, I'm still gonna be the king. So I mean,
well, did he change your name a lot now? So if you want.
Yeah, but the only thing that I feel that has come with that is like the localization of stuff. Like to have it all centralized in one place under one name, like that kind of thing. That was the one thing that I don't really like about the name change aspect.
But I know not a lot. I know one artist who, I don't know what name he goes by. I ain't gonna mention who he is. He know who he is. This dude changed his name a lot. Swear the feds after him.
Really? So everybody good today? I mean...
yeah, it's been a long day and night. It's been a long week.
The weather sucked. That was the only thing that sucked to me. Other than that.
The weather is typical Dutch weather. And to me...
Yeah, I'm actually surprised it's not colder.
Yeah.
In all honesty. I'm actually happy. Like, I'm accustomed to the rain. The rain doesn't really matter that much. It's more like the wind and just how cold it's supposed to be and how cold it is right now. I'm happy. It can rain. I don't care with the rain. I'm accustomed with it already.
And I remember that the headlines or whatever talking about how cold it's going to be like
next year in January or something, how when it gonna hit all the below zero temperatures and them things. All of that I'm not looking forward to. So this type of temperature, this weather is not ideal, but I definitely prefer this to minus whatever it was they had in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you gotta build up a type of tolerance during the winter. Like,
that tolerance.
We just simply wasn't made for this climate.
I agree.
Like there's many things I hear about people talking about, like girls in particular, the way that they hear the weather up here, I don't know, just the humidity or lack of humidity, the dryness in the air, how it is like for people with natural hair, it makes it like extra super dry and break more and this and that in the winter, and the whole hair routine does have to change and blah blah blah. Use different products.
Don't use
in
coconut
the winter
oil
than they
in your
use
hair in the winter. Don't do that. That's stupid, girls. I see y'all. Some of y'all don't know the secret. Don't use coconut oil during the winter.
Woods giving the females the secrets and the beauty tips.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe he studied on
maybe we live in.
Use olive oil.
Maybe he specialized in that.
I know. I
don't know.
It's more in the sense of like
Woods enjoys this here. Woods is like our resident female when we don't exactly have female on certain topics.
Pause.
Yeah. He was considering being an Afro model.
But I was. But then I cut my hair. No, but pause. Don't use coconut oil. Don't use coconut oil because it's going clunk up when it get cold. Coconut oil gets hard. You gonna put that shit in your hair.
White stuff.
Yeah. Then people gonna think bad about you. Think you got some jungle happening in your hair.
You see, I thought he was going a different direction with the white stuff in the hair.
Oh, pause.
Yeah, major pause.
Jesus Christ.
Listen, it's you made the statement, you know.
No, I didn't go that far though. Don't blame it on me. Don't put the blame on me. Akon said it best.
Nah, he said you could anyways. Yeah. Let's continue.
So Christmas is in like 2 days. What kind of plans y'all people got for Christmas? Anything in particular?
Food.
Anything special?
Food, yeah, food.
Just an obscene amount of food. I'm gonna engorge myself.
Yeah.
You cooking or you just gonna eat?
I'm gonna cook and I'm gonna eat. I'm going to different places now. It's going to be like I'm going to make sure I have food at my place, but at the same time, I got a big family up in here, so I just gonna
make the rounds and collect leftovers everywhere.
Pretty much.
Don't have to cook.
Don't have to cook. That's good about this season.
But with you though, how does that work around these times? Like, there are certain typical foods that are eaten.
Yeah, so like.
The turkey, the Christmas ham.
No. so how I go about it?
Macaroni and cheese, the scalloped potatoes is like.
But let me talk now.
Yeah, go through.
What the scalloped potatoes?
So I got a vegan.
You got vegan in the building.
Yeah.
So I lucky in the sense that my family is so big that I'm not the only crazy one.
You got vegans in the family?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like my family on my mother's side, like they got 10 kids. My mother's the only one that only have one. So the cousin situation is massive. Okay. So with that said, I got like 3 vegetarians and other vegans. So what?
You just go to their household?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's where you stick to.
Pretty much. And they got like vegan versions of all the foods that I like. They got vegan bum, they got vegan pastei, they got vegan bami nasi. So
those are the typical Christmas foods, and
when you Surinamese, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Satay with peanut
I know
sauce.
You have Surinamese people in your family.
My mother have Surinamese, half Indonesian. Fun fact.
Okay. True that.
The more you know.
Wow.
Well.
Interesting combinations of people you meet there.
Yeah.
But
and I don't know how much of it shows up in you. Like
No. You look at my grandfather, you can see the Indonesian side. But he black. But he got black Indonesians though. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, Screw, what about you? What are Christmas plans? You say food?
Yeah, food.
You cooking or you just going to make people the
I heard that I have to contribute, so I think I will.
You sound quite reluctant to contribute this food.
I don't want to contribute nothing. I just want to eat.
I feel you.
I had a rough year, so.
You see, all of that is why I'm grateful for having a wife, you know?
Yeah.
She wants to do the cooking and whatnot. Like, I already made it clear that that is not what I look forward to on Christmas. That was never like my enjoyable memories with Christmas. She feels a little differently about it, so she got some things that she would like to cook and all of that. Like Alia was saying about the Albert Heijn and stuff closing and whatnot. I know. I'm not sure if she knows this because she was talking about some stuff that she still need to get that she'd like to cook for Christmas and things. So probably had to look into that.
Yeah, but like you still have like tomorrow still, like last minute shopping,
and hopefully they have what it is that she wants and stuff. Because she was looking for some a whole chicken, a baked chicken, and things she want to do, and a couple things. So I'm looking forward to eating
whatever it is, she gonna cook.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the main thing that I'm concerned about. But in general, was like some memories, or like what would be some of your favorite Christmas memories? Since we trying to, this is our Christmas episode. If we haven't, we got a Christmas tree in the back. Although it was there since last week, but
so there's like a couple. Like the first time I actually got like a bunch of fireworks, because in Aruba they have this weird thing that like usually after Christmas is when they start selling fireworks. But there was this time period where like
what's weird about that?
What's weird about having fireworks during Christmas?
Like you feel it should be, you can say it's after Christmas the sales start?
Yeah.
So what's weird about that?
No, it was weird because there was one time period where a lot of places just broke street dead. So people were just having like a bunch of fireworks, and my father was feeling super festive, and he bought like an obscene amount of fireworks for me. I almost lost a toe. Because I was experimenting. Because when you have too much fireworks, then your brain starts going into like these dark places.
Start doing dumb shit.
Yeah, like there was this like treasure chest, and had like a small hole in it, but you could cover the hole, and the top part could open, but it was unlocking key. So I was very intrigued. Like I was like, what if I put a firework in there and then close the lid and then lock it? What will happen? So I did that. The thing is made of iron, right? So there's bolts holding the top lid. So it was a big one. Do you know the names of certain fireworks? What's the fireworks situation in St. Martin?
I don't know. I think we got different names.
Exactly. I feel like culturally,
because we had a calabash.
Crazy bang.
No.
What?
Crazy bang.
No.
You're crazy.
We had a bo peep, the calabash, the whistler.
No, but like brands, like cause you had a double shot, like that. The double shot, like
double shot. We had that one. We had it. We had that one.
But there's this one, a black one, they call Crazy Bang, right? This one, I think it's illegal. Now. That's how destructive that shit was. So anyway, I took one of those fuckers and I put it in the thing and close it, and I just started running. And in my head, the lid would just like pop open like this, like bah, Dog, the pressure was so intense. I just see the lid fly. Dog, the lid broke the lock in front, the hinges, everything. The thing just went like at least minimum 10 meters, 11 meters high. And I was just shocked.
That song, but it don't really sound like. But that one we had, the bull peep, that shit just used to blow shit up. I see that shit blow garbages up.
I mean, but the example I was gonna say stuff like I kind of forget. We all know the young lady. Well, we know the young lady whose garbage had just look a mess. I'm sorry, Wad.
But that's rough.
Yo, that shit used to blow that shit up, and that thing wasn't even like big. No, it was like that big.
The plastic garbage bins on some man that they had, the thing just would leave huge melt holes in like each side of it. Crazy.
I watched that thing blow a mailbox just in pieces.
I was never too big on fireworks though. Like when I was really younger, like there was certain ones I used to play with, and one like since I come Holland, I don't think I ever bought fireworks, not one year. On St. Martin when I was younger, I had them a couple times, but my mother would only buy the real kid-friendly type of safe ones, and things like the sparklers and the whistlers.
The whistlers, yeah,
like them type of ones.
But they still used to burn. Depends. But
if you shoot them at people, like the dumb shit that we used to do whenever Nizo. But I mean,
Like,
if he not doing that with them, like we had when I was real young, we had like a slide in the yard and thing, and we used to like launch them off of that, and they just used to go like up in the air somewhere.
when I learned the value of money, that's when I stopped caring about fireworks, because fireworks
It's
is
literally
legit.
blowing up your money.
Exactly. That's all you're doing.
Lighting money on fire.
If you're owner of a company and you can say, okay, I'm gonna throw an event, and
But one-
the attraction is fireworks, then it makes sense because then you're investing in something to happen. But like the only thing, if you're a father, the only thing you're investing, if you're buying a firework for your child, is blowing up your money. You could just buy something and the kid could just have permanently.
Yeah, but then you can make the same argument for food if you're going to. So you're just eating your money. So you just
No, but the difference with that
if
is
you're
like
smoking weed, you're just smoking your money. If you're drinking alcohol, you just drink. Well, what are you getting out of that?
you're getting way more than just turning on a firework and
That's
seeing it
debatable
explode.
because some people get a thrill and excitement, a high off of watching stuff blow up. That might be
Honestly-
comparable to how going out to the
honestly,
club or something like that might
The
be.
only time fireworks was legit like giving me some type of adrenaline is when I was doing something dangerous with it.
But
Because just throwing it was not really that exciting. It was like when it was like
you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing.
taking like the Peef Puff.
No, I don't know what's a beef pop.
You know the bug killer spray shit. The aerosol.
Yeah.
I used to take that.
Beef puff.
That's,
Yeah.
that's the brand name, dog.
No,
The one in
it's
the
called
Aruba.
Big
The one
On.
in the
That's the
Aruba was called
brand.
Peef
Big
Puff.
On.
Wow.
Big On is
Or
also
Flit.
Yeah, Flit.
That's what we call it. I don't.
Flit
Flit is a brand? Or Flit is a name?
Flit is a
the
brand.
colloquial name. According to me. Like
Yeah,
we
we
just
call
call
it
it Flit. There was Big On, there was different names for whatever it is, the pesticide.
Pesticide,
That's like
yeah,
the
that's-
actual
Well,
thing.
Peef Puff,
Flit.
dog. That's what.
Peef Puff. Okay.
I like that name.
I like that. I like that we learning, about
But yeah.
But
Aruba.
so I used to do this. I used to buy like 4 or 5 of those cans. You want seeing like a mini nuclear explosion where you accumulate a bunch of those in a circle, tie it up with some type of tape, whatever you can find. Just make sure it's all tied up. You put like
I think
Two
the
crazy
US
bugs.
government gonna come looking for you,
I mean, that was
Yeah.
back in the days. They can't incriminate me for that. The statue.
So you're not a terrorist no
You
more.
think
is what
so?
you're
It was 10 years. It was
It
more than
passed?
10 years ago.
Yeah, it passed.
That sound like
Definitely.
you literally over here making
It passed,
bombs
yeah.
and things.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. He's
And
right.
nobody got hurt except for me. Why you gonna lock myself up for
Yeah,
hurting
they're gonna
myself?
lock you up for
I
hurting
guess
yourself.
You're suicide bomber, dog. You're showing all the characteristic traits of a suicide bomber.
And you're black.
You're willing to inflict pain on yourself, and
And
you're
you're
here
black,
playing
dog.
with explosives.
Nah.
Yo, that was in my past. I don't do that no more. I don't condone this type of actions, but I have to talk about it. It might give someone some type of inspiration to not do it.
You know? Inspiration to
Yeah, I
not
don't know
do it.
about
Do
that.
not do it.
You know,
Okay,
like
so
when you tell
give them
people
the
not to do
handbook.
something, they want to do it more.
That's like you just give somebody the handbook on how to create a massive explosion, and then tell them, "But yo, don't do this." Like everything
Yeah,
I
it's
just
dangerous.
laid out in exact detail. Just
Yo, but back to the story. So next to my house is like this big school, right? They have this really big field. And yeah, during Christmas time they close obviously. So I just went there with my concoction. Let's not call it what it actually is. Let's just call it the concoction. And I turned that shit off. Just started running. I didn't know how big the explosion would be, but I knew it would be big because I did it with 2, and the 2 was pretty big. And this time I had 5. So
what happened?
you ever see like those mushroom clouds explosions? Like when something
Nuclear
explodes
bomb.
and it just like
Yeah.
da. It was da. But it was fast. It was like the explosion was fast, and then the cloud of flames that came after that was just like I was shocked and intrigued, inspired, but at the same time I never want to do that again. Because it could have gone wrong really fast.
I can imagine that. I mean, sounds entirely possible when you're gluing or taping, tying, however it was, you combine the things, 5 aerosol canisters,
Yeah.
and decided to light them on fire.
No, I decided to strap them to a little bomb to make a bigger bomb.
Okay. So that's how I did it.
I
Well,
wouldn't like. Then I would have probably died.
yeah, if you decided
Yeah.
to try to light them, but I always maybe you had like a rope, and the rope was somewhere for a far away location, like the rope, then it
12,
goes.
13-year-old was not that efficient, you know?
I feel you.
All in all, around that time, Christmas time, what really used to like keep me happy was the lights and all that stuff.
But I miss that.
I'm like, what's a typical Christmas in the Screw household? What does Screw normally do for Christmas?
For Christmas?
Yeah.
Bye.
Or some of your
What these past years since living here in the Netherlands?
Drinking cognac.
Or before?
Months, man.
Months, man. I mean, get together with family. We used to do the gift exchange thing.
Any fond memories in particular?
Yeah, I remember once my parents get all three of the children bicycles. I like that. I ride the shit out of my bike by. I destroy that bike.
Which one was that? The yellow one?
Yeah. I love that bike.
But you see, this is one of those moments for people that don't know Screw in his younger days. It's like they wouldn't understand the yellow bike stories. Like,
what happened to the yellow bike? Why, it didn't have brakes?
No.
None of my bikes had brakes.
But
I was thinking about it recently, like last week. I was like, I feel like, I feel like I had the devil down.
Screw was a bad man.
I drive car without car lights.
The man drifting this bike with no brakes.
No brakes.
Up and down Ebenezer.
Yeah, no brakes. Yeah, bye.
When you needed to make a urgent stop. How did
foot?
I always had shoes on, right?
Yeah, of course.
But
you needed that.
You had to have shoes on. I don't think that was an
option. Slippers.
Something on your foot, but I don't think
but slippers sometimes don't they like fly out when something dangerous happens?
Nah, man. Depending on what type of slippers you wear. You got on sandals, you go.
Okay, sandals.
The man knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I knew what I was doing. I had to learn, because I ain't had no brakes. I had to learn.
Hopping up and down Ebenezer streets
on
the yellow bike.
Yeah, the yellow bike on my brother bike when he left for the Netherlands.
Yeah, that was the brown one, the Huffy.
The Huffy was black, was grayish.
I ain't gonna lie, riding bike in the Caribbean is like it's like a Russian roulette type of thing, no? There is no here. Like you could send your child off, and 80% of the time,
but
you gonna come back home safe.
They ain't riding bike the way we was riding.
Yeah, but
I feel like here's more.
I'm not talking about
from A to B. Like,
I'm not talking about you riding bike. I'm talking about the people driving cars.
Yeah, but I find if you could ride bicycle there and come back without a scratch, here ain't gonna be nothing.
No, but that's what I mean. Here it's easy. Here you can drive a bike and like the only person you go run into is another person with a bike.
Yeah,
but I mean more
that'll
like
be nice,
the
though.
type of bike riding that people do here versus on St. Martin is like a different bike riding. There are certain people that like here. The bike is more of a practical thing. It's a functional tool to get from point A to point B. It's just like part of the culture that you need to go places, you use your bike. Like, that's just how it works. But on St. Martin is more, you get the bike for a pleasure thing. It's like you want to ride certain places.
In the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood. Ain't much people using bike as transportation because, like you say, you won't get knocked down. Ain't no bike lanes.
If you don't know what you're doing it.
Ain't no bike lanes, no bike paths and stuff like that. No, specially designated. And the drivers don't got no respect for cyclists and stuff. The people that are actually trying to...
Yeah, they're rude.
Like, you don't bike for transportation on something like that, really. Everybody got a car.
Yeah, there was this one guy
to catch bus and stuff.
There was this one guy who did it, but it was a hobby. Wow. The teacher that road bike, the one that died. Was it a hobby or was it like?
I don't know which teacher you're talking about.
Some teacher there, he died on he had knocked down.
I don't think I'd hear about that situation, but that sounds unfortunate.
Yeah.
But sounds like exactly kind of what I would expect because, like I said, drivers don't respect bike cyclists and stuff. So it's not surprising at the same time that something like that would happen.
Yeah. Rough.
But King, what used to?
Yeah.
My Christmas, like, a lot of my Christmas memories, I don't remember too much of them in detail. I mean, the general gist every year was like, we'd go over my grandmother's house for around like maybe 5 or 6 hours. That's when we have like the Christmas dinner type of vibe. And then we eat there. And then after that, it's like, once you spend your time with family, you can go and do what you want and go invade other houses and eat food. That's normally when I'd end up in Ebenezer and go and check the homies and finding somebody else's house to eat.
Yeah,
like,
that's honestly
that.
That's something that we used to do too.
Like that's more or less how my Christmases would go. Yeah. On St. Martin. I mean, of course, there was one memory, one year I remember in particular, like, getting Star Wars: The Clone Wars for GameCube on
Yo, that
Christmas.
game still this day one of the best Star Wars games ever made. That game is legit good.
And I remember like that was one of the years when my mother was like, okay, you know, you could stay up a little bit on Christmas to open like one of your gifts or whatever. And then like on Christmas Day, so you open the rest, something like that, I think it was. And that was the one that I went to right away. It's like, as a youth, that was like my main thing. It was games from primary school, high school, somewhat. Gaming was like my main hobby. Like now I had the only games I play is on my phone now. Like,
yeah, I'm still
I know,
in,
like,
in that gaming life.
both you and Kana.
Yeah, Smash Brothers been like
I ain't blame them.
taking
I ain't blame y'all at all.
out of my life.
At all.
Like I can't even play my Xbox right now. Like I have an Xbox 360 still. And I was going to turn it on the other day and I was like, but wait, where did my power card go? It's like, I don't have a power card to even turn on like my 360. I think I borrowed it to somebody. But it's like I ain't even went to attempt to turn it on and so on. I forget like who I might have borrowed it to because of the fact that I don't really play it. So it's like, cool, you could borrow my power card. But I don't remember who it was. In a way, I think it was Gilla, but I'm not sure. So Gilla, if you're listening, I'm
Bring
curious.
the power code back.
Bring it back.
If you do have it, I mean, I don't know why I thought on his name, but he was one of the few other people I know that had an Xbox. Like, what is happening? Why is this thing? Haha.
Yeah.
Christmas.
But yeah, Christmas is a weird thing. I feel like Christmas has been losing its.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be getting older.
Yeah, I've been lost the Christmas spirit ever since I saw a meme now with something like Christmas stop being fun when you become Santa. Like when you become the person that has to get people gifts or you're old enough in that kind of position, ain't nobody getting you stuff like that no more. Children is fun for kids, in my opinion.
Yeah. Give them some type of hope. You know?
Like in my family, there was always arguments and stuff. Like when you got all the family come together and stuff, somebody does end up arguing and all of that. So
And
to
there's
me,
alcohol involved in all of those.
yeah, well, I guess there used to be alcohol involved. Like my mother is super anti-drinking and stuff like that. While I was living on St. Martin, my mother never, like maybe once in high school time, she had like a bottle of Malibu from one of her birthdays in the fridge. And nothing stayed in the fridge like forever because she just wouldn't drink like that. But I would
take sips in between.
like a small amount so that's like not noticeable and thing like that.
Mix it with water.
Like I never did all of that. Like I saw in some show I saw them do that. Like put some water back in it so that you don't see that anything being drunk. I wasn't thinking that smart. Like if she did drink it one day and it's like, but wait, this is just water. Like I don't know. I was thinking from that perspective. I was willing to deal with, I guess, whatever came if one day was just empty. But she never had alcohol though. So,
but the thing is, like, I don't know, like Malibu. I don't know. Malibu is a very weird alcohol. That's too sweet.
Yeah.
And some people mix it with Sprite. Then it's like sweet on top of sweet.
Yeah.
Boy,
what problem? So you be drinking Malibu straight?
No, I a cognac guy. So that's why I can't drink
I don't
no sweet
blame you.
drinks. That's too sweet.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel
like I drinking diabetes.
When the last time you had a punch of Cuba?
Couple weeks ago.
For me, like 4 years ago, maybe.
A couple weeks ago, I had it.
Especially
It was
like
good.
vegan, so like that's a drink I can't drink anymore.
True.
You can't mix it with
but that's milk based. That's milk
egg,
type of
milk, like
That's like them creamy. That's like a Bailey's, them creamy alcohols that you know that
vegan.
there's
They're vegan Bailey now.
really.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
you gotta have that.
But
It's innovative.
But the Baileys is easier to make vegan because it's like the caffeine and like the only thing you would have to substitute is the cream. But with the ponche crema, all that type of arucuba, what the fuck the shit, those type of shit's called. Like,
but what different in? I never wanted to make one. I have no idea what them. I always saw them in the bottle.
you mean
Like,
eggnog versus that?
Nah, but
I think that's the eggnog, right? Pretty much.
I never thought of it that way. Because I would drink eggnog. Eggnog is one of those things that I would always like. I don't know. Me and my brother's always super Americanized, I guess. And you're like, okay, they're drinking eggnog on TV and stuff. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. So it's like one of those things that we'd always kind of request around Christmas. But keep talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was just me trying to subtly turn back on our camera without the people knowing, but it kind of don't work when I'm the person talking and has to do it like that, to do it smoothly.
Yeah. Think you need an assistant.
And Wood be kind of failing every time I tell him talk.
Yeah, but it's like you put me on the spot.
because you was the one that was talking last. Yeah. So it's like
you still you didn't put a dot in the end of the sentence. You left mid sentence. You tell me to stop talking. I still waiting on you finishing the story, dog.
Yeah.
So.
You see, for all the people that just wonder what happens every time there's like the little random link up logo that pops up on the screen in between the footage. That's basically what happens.
Well, now I see it for myself, but I never used to mind because I
try to keep it a short moment of time when the footage dies down, so that it's like as soon as I realize the camera shuts off, turn it back on and keep it going smooth. But
I think we should just start doing hard cuts sometime. Just like fuck it. Like, and just to fuck around, just change clothes. Just to fuck around.
You're watching the Joe Budden podcast too much.
But
they just do that?
But they just have moments where they.
But I think they take like legit long breaks. Like they legit just go eat something and then come back and continue.
Sometimes I feel like that's what has happened. Like when Joe just talk about he going for his smoke breaks and whatnot. It's like cool. I'm tired of talking. I like going and come back. Then we can continue doing this stuff. Like. I don't know, and they just have a house full of people and stuff. I feel like they probably just make a whole chill day out of it type of vibe in some ways. But I don't know. A lot of this is speculation based on some of the little bits of info that it is dropped. But I don't know what these man be doing.
I really don't know either. But
I think they sell cocaine.
I don't really.
What?
I think they're selling cocaine there. Though. I think it's just a cover up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm just thinking.
So it's a cover up, but we broadcasting it. Like we using a publicly broadcast, putting our faces out there.
So you trying to say he legit? He ain't gonna legit. He can change your ways from the old jersey.
You don't have to bring logic into this.
I think we do.
I just try to
technically we gotta bring logic into it.
No, there's no logic into it.
Let me put my face out there to hundreds of thousands of people every week.
We gotta bring logic into it
multiple times a week, and this is where I'm selling my cocaine at. Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like the most effective trap.
That's why they got that one white dude to cover up anything. No?
Okay, that's why Raw Radio. Yeah. Cool. No, it's all clear to me. Thank you for that clarification. No, I understand.
So why you don't get a white guy assistant then? Or white girl assistant?
You know anybody that you're willing to?
I don't know. You the DJ. What
does that have to do with anything?
So you know all the way.
You don't just like DJs. People like DJs. That guy that I was at the event. He keeps saying DJ Woods.
Yeah, but he gets paid to do that though.
So he wasn't. So you trying to say he wasn't feeling you? He wasn't not feeling you like that. He wasn't feeling the energy that you were bringing as a DJ.
Maybe, but I mean, he's still getting paid like that. Maybe he's
just MC for the night.
Yeah, it's like now it's just him getting paid and then being extra happy.
So you don't.
I think without the money, he would have just been like normal happy.
Look at this guy. That's what you would have said.
Yeah, like.
Look at this guy. He's okay.
Yeah. He know what he's doing, you know. He's also getting paid, you know.
Rough.
No,
somebody take me like you knocked me off my train of thought. I had some. I was
you
just
were talking about
eggnog,
dog. That's what you were talking
about. Yeah,
eggnog.
We were talking about eggnog.
And I never thought about that connection between like Punch Cuba could just be like Caribbean version of eggnog.
Yeah.
Like
it is,
isn't it?
I don't know.
I always just find out because I in different countries, different Caribbean countries,
I never
like
drank eggnog. Like it wasn't until later in life I realized eggnog was something that was like usually drank. You put alcohol in eggnog and stuff as well, but because I was a child and whatnot, like that, I would just got virgin. eggnog, like virgin eggnog. That's why I never made the connection really to like eggnog just being Punch Cuba. And I don't know, Punch Cuba was something that I never really drank much. Like
you know what I used to
super
do?
Anti-alcohol.
I used to take the Punch Cuba and like just a big piece of cake, and then take that and then just throw it on the cake, dog. You know how amazing that is? Because the cake just sucks up all that, and it becomes like this.
You don't want to like not be vegan just for the holidays.
No, I want to live.
Smart.
So just being vegan for Christmas.
Smart. Health purposes.
So just being not vegan for Christmas.
No,
ask him for his tips.
Yo, my asthma, dog. I don't want that to come back up.
Yeah.
I understand.
He
what
won't
you're
breathe.
saying.
I want to be able to enjoy life and
I understand
hit
what
my
you're
head
saying.
and
He
not
won't
get
breathe.
asthma.
He won't breathe.
I'm just confused as to like, is one day of a little punch of Cuba gonna do that? You think?
I know, but I might relapse now.
And then just continue going from there. Yeah. Realize how sweet the taste of that punch of Cuba was.
Yeah, I don't want to open that gate.
That door.
Yeah,
Open
those gates
Pandora's
need to be
box.
closed.
Yeah.
True.
But back to that eggnog though, before we finish that. Back to that eggnog. I just recently find out like, eggnog in different Caribbean countries, they call it different things. Like how I recently find out in different Caribbean islands, they call Johnny cake something else. I was like, what is that? We just call it Johnny cake. What the hell is baked? What the hell is fried bake? No, dollar, that don't make sense, Johnny cake.
We call Johnny cake.
Yeah, because we normal.
They understand.
We normal,
So everybody that don't call it a Johnny cake.
What's a fried bake?
You're asking valid questions.
Okay, but wait,
I mean,
if
it goes
it's a
against
fried,
logic.
if there's a fried bake, what is a bake?
I don't know.
Is a
Because a
bake.
Johnny cake is just Johnny cake has
They
to.
normally fried.
They normally fried.
I've never
I know
seen.
they are baked Johnny cakes. There are people
Yeah,
that
but
make
normally
like
they
that.
fried. So even these people are trying to say even when
bake?
even when it bake, even when it fried, it's still a bake.
Yeah, but then for real, what is a fried bake then? If a bake is just a Johnny cake,
yeah.
What is a fried bake then? You brought up the term, dog.
Yeah.
You gotta have the answers. You
I
can't
don't
just
know
leave
what it
here
is.
hanging.
I'm trying to figure it out myself. I don't know what it is. It doesn't make sense. But anyways,
I've
to each their
never-
own.
Who does call it bakes? I feel like I've heard
Trinidad
that
and
before.
Tobago, they call it bakes. And other Caribbean countries as well, they call it bake. I think bakes, they call it in Dominica, and St. Lucia, they just call it that. And Grenada, they just call that as well too.
Like I know I've heard the term before used for Johnny cakes, but I never thought about like a fried bake. It's funny.
You understand?
It
Like
is funny.
I've never heard someone say fried Johnny cake, or Johnny cake is fried. That's a double entendre.
It is.
I mean, I have heard because I know people who bake Johnny cakes. Like my grandmother's a regular Johnny cake maker and stuff like that, and she's baked and fried them. So like
But
I'm
I mean,
familiar
when you
with
bake
both
Johnny
versions
cake,
of them. Like
when you bake Johnny cake, you still put like a little layer of oil in the thing, right? In the tin, I assume.
I don't know. I wasn't watching them bake them. I just show up when they're there. I just show up when they're there to eat. Like I don't know the process.
Yeah.
To me, Johnny cakes was one of those things that I never learned, and I probably will never learn how to make
man.
simply because to me it's like, yo, this is too much work.
No man.
Oh, it's
Like the whole thing of
it's
okay,
not
so
that.
let me
Just-
beat up this
just
dough
do the
for a
thing.
whole bunch of time, then let me put it here, put it away for a certain time, then come back to it, and then start doing this. And I don't like cooking with oil in general, like especially living here because I feel like there's no proper way to dispose of oil, in like other than throwing it down the drain and just clogging the drain and stuff.
That's
Which is
Just in the toilet.
That's bad.
yeah, but to me, it has the same effect. It's just like a little less likely to happen in the toilet. I mean, because I would assume that the pipe's a little wider and stuff or whatever because of the type of stuff that, you know.
I used to have a neighbor that used to use oil as fuel in Aruba. That was handy because then it was just like,
Give them all the old cooking oil and stuff.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But like for the house, for the car, like what kind of...
I don't know. He had this like special truck.
Okay, so he used to put it in his automobile.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know the process. He was making his own oil. That's all I know. And he needed used oil apparently. So
Somebody like that is handy to know. I mean, keep the recycling process healthy.
I mean, I'm assuming
some
that
ivory.
the thing that the car takes out is way worse than regular oil. But to each their own.
Maybe.
It was saving. I don't know.
I mean, I have heard of the cars running on vegetable oil and stuff like that before.
Yeah. I'm
So
just
it's
don't know.
And I've heard that it could be beneficial in certain capacities and stuff. I don't remember none of the details right now, but I mean, depending on the circumstances, I could imagine it being like, depending on what type of oil, what type of engine, what type of process is going on, in that car that converts the oil into like power and whatnot. Like, I don't know.
Boy.
Interesting. That's what it is.
I mean,
Interesting.
a lot of things are interesting. But stop calling Johnny Cakes bakes, please.
Nah, we can't really tell them what to do if they calling it for that. If they calling it that for like so long, we can't
It's a
really.
Johnny Cake.
If we as St. Martin
We know
people,
it as that.
If we as St. Martin people can call a wasp a Jack Spanier, I don't think we have the right to tell
Wait.
nobody.
So it don't name Jack Spanier? And I know a lot of things. If I don't, forgive me if I don't know that.
Wait. Let me.
That's why I know it as. It's a Jack Spanier.
Listen, can you tell me what is a Congolio? You know that is not the proper name
What
for that
name
animal.
then?
That is not the proper name.
I know
for
that's
that.
not a proper
A
name. but-
Christmas worm is also not the proper name for that animal. Because that's the other alias for the same thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Can you Google Jack Spanier?
I did.
How did you spell Jack Spanier? Because that was always something that I was fascinated to know too.
JACKSPANEARD.
A Jack Spaniard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And what did you find Googling that?
Okay. I found
Is it a village of a
wildlife
wasp?
of St. Martin. Oh, wait. It's one of your websites.
Okay.
Wow.
Yo, so maybe this is just only a St. Martin thing?
Because I never heard nobody
I'm more than
refer
sure,
to-
but what it is then is a wasp. We don't
That's
even
what I
call it
just-
that.
That's what I just said. It's
But
a
we ain't gonna
wasp,
call it
guy.
that. Come on, we from the
Maybe it's
island.
maybe what we see as a Jack Spaniel is a different version of a wasp and thing, but that's what it is. Though. Like
This thing hard though.
Maybe a
one
horn-
fucking thing did this thing hard.
Yeah, wasps in general.
it's
I
like
would.
a hornet or something. Maybe it's like a variation of a hornet, wasp, something, and that's what a Jack Spaniel is. Maybe it's a certain species that unique to St. Martin. I don't know if it's different from wasps
Okay.
other places.
As I know, this thing
But-
fucking hard, and I get
Basically-
sting by other bees. Them fuckers don't play.
But yeah. So I don't think we could tell nobody what to call anything. If we call in a
Yeah.
wasp or Jack
Yeah.
Spaniel, I don't think we
Yeah.
got the authority to tell
Yeah,
nobody.
it just I just bring it up because it just didn't make sense,
I agree.
and
Alright.
I actually find it interesting.
I think we should actually get into maybe one topic. I mean, other than Christmas. I feel like
Yeah,
that's the only
yeah.
thing that we kind of discuss.
It's
That
the
was actually planned.
wonderful time of
I
the
mean-
year.
Okay, I think that was established, at least for certain people, the kids and whatnot.
Yeah, it is.
I just realized I don't think we ever did we ever talk about Zwarte Piet on the podcast?
Did we?
I mean, though, I think the whole holiday passed, and I feel like I don't think we mentioned it really. I think maybe in some other conversation we use
like
it.
I hear, did y'all? I mean, did y'all?
No, I don't think we did.
That's not a bad thing.
I honestly, I didn't even see one in my I saw on TV or something like that, but not even like the Zwarte Piet.
I don't think so. I
saw
watch.
people
I
like-
don't think
I
so.
don't ever see them in
I
real
don't-
life. I don't
You never
ever
see
go
it?
to. I don't ever go to the places where they would be around the time when they would be where they would be.
I saw it in school.
I don't go to
black,
that place.
black or
Yeah. And then a guy, a Dutch guy, he was watching me like, and I was like, "Get the fuck out here, go move from here."
I legit haven't I haven't seen even one this year, but I think it's also because in Amsterdam it's kind of like. I think if you go outside the big cities, you would come across it more.
Yeah, I feel so as well.
Because I legit and like the time period is also my birthday period, and I'm like shopping and everything. Like I'm legit out there, and I did not see. I see Santa Claus though.
I ain't see it neither, but I saw
didn't
it.
see
I saw it in a
Zwarte
guy's store. He was selling alcohol. He had an alcohol store, and he had it hung up. And I was like, "Wow."
But I was just wondering, it's not something I necessarily wanted to talk about because it's one of those discussions that I personally have grown tired of. I know my opinion on it. I feel like I've seen the general consensus or the general opinion from lots of Dutch folks and how they feel on it.
It should be addressed though.
I'm not saying it shouldn't, but to me, it's just one of the most exhausting conversations ever to just have the result.
Yeah.
End up
And the
being,
reason why I say it
well,
should
but
be
it's just a
addressed.
tradition. Still, at the end of you explaining eloquently, bringing up historical.
But the reason why I
references
said
and
so
everything.
because randomly I was on last night. I was on Facebook scrolling and I saw this thing that was it's sponsored by a Red House. I think the page name.
Wait, did us do that, Honorable? I know they curse, so
Yeah, I
like,
didn't remember.
Yeah. Honestly, like to me, that's the most infuriating part when it has come to Zwarte Piet, because that's often the example that's used to be like used by Dutch people then to be like, well, black people in Aruba and Curacao, they've celebrated Suriname or whatever, I think, as they used to at a certain point in time, or still does, maybe, I don't know. But it's like, look, the black people over there don't have no problem with it, so the people here, they're just complaining and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, they was colonized. They was miseducated the same way most of us were. It's like,
and yeah, you know the funny thing, like back to the video that I saw on Facebook, it wasn't a black guy asking Dutch people if how they feel, and it was a white guy, American, I believe he was.
I think I saw the same video you're talking about.
Yeah, and he was like, but he meant like mostly like in like I think the south, like Eindhoven area.
Yeah, the areas where that is more prevalent.
Yeah, and you know what really had me like, wow, is this this Dutch guy, this young fella, this Dutch guy, he was like, fuck black people. I was like, wow. Wow.
And there was one also I saw recently with, I don't remember if this was the same video. I think this one was with some comedian where he went and interviewed Dutch people about Zwarte Piet, and I had a point where the man was like bringing up examples and was like, okay, so look at this. If it was Anne Frank, like he was making other like racist stereotypical jokes and things, like if it was Anne Frank, some caricature of that, how would you feel about that? And the man was like, this is racist, going down the list of acknowledging everything is racist, and what would be problematic about these other things if you made fun of those. But then when it came to Black Pete, he just there happily smiling away in blackface. Like, to me, things like that is the definition of willful ignorance. If you can see to understand, if you can understand the problem with all these other examples and things, but then you just, when it comes to Zwarte Piet, but it is traditie, it's a kinderfeest.
I've been telling people for years.
Answers you coming back to is like, so I see the decision you're willfully choosing to make.
It is racist, but they won't admit it. And how we as black people know that it's racist is because the minute we get into a fallout with one of them, or whomever, even our own people, they're quick to say, they quickly call us Zwarte Piet. So that's how we know. And a friend of ours from our neighborhood.
I saw a video of somebody like that caught someone on foot itself. It was like a video of this little black child or whatever. Like the mother was there with her, and she started to record when like a little white kid who was down the street was just yelling out Zwarte Piet at the boy and thing. And it was like, it's sad. Like, it's just one of those videos that give you mixed feelings, because like I don't know how necessarily as a parent I would react in the situation of some other little white child calling my child Zwarte Piet. But I don't know if filming the situation, yes, I get the purpose or the reason to show like, yo, this is the reality for certain people. It's not an all-inclusive face that's nice and friendly for everybody type of thing. Like, I get that logic behind it, but at the same time, I don't know if my initial response would be, let me pull out my phone, or because that might be kind of incriminating on what I might feel like doing to the little white child.
Wow. Wow.
But why you calling how you gonna bully my child in front of me? And I just supposed to be like, okay, cool.
You could handle it like how a cousin of mine handled it. Oh, sorry. My cousin, he was born in the Netherlands, lived here his whole life. And he said he got into a little
altercation.
Nah, not really.
Exchange.
It was in words, words with a Dutch lady, an older Dutch lady, and he said she called him Vuile Vieze Zwarte Piet. And he said, he never hit no woman in his life. So what he did was, he spit in her face.
I could still be charged. You could still be charged with assault for that.
So?
I mean, it's in defense of somebody attempting, like,
it's discriminate, but she discriminate. So, I mean, but she can't get charged.
I don't need to look at the hate crime laws. I mean, I'm sure there are certain things that, depending on if she had to do certain things as well, I feel like you might have a strong case with being a hate crime. I don't know. I don't know.
Spitting on somebody's assault? That was rough.
Yeah. I think
in a situation like that?
That's mad. But I mean, she called him a visa Zwarte Piet. Like, whatever happens.
That shows you that it is. You know? I've been saying it for years. I've been saying it. A lot of Dutch people.
Your own fault.
A lot of Dutch people, a lot of Europeans on a whole. Majority of Europeans, I find, they have racist tendencies.
I can't say whether I agree or disagree because it's a very general statement. You say most Europeans, it's a very general statement. So I mean, of course, there'll be some who disagree, some who probably was on the right side of history and protesting against certain atrocities.
Yeah, but I find that still a small.
No, but to me, like that was one thing that I personally appreciated. I don't know if I talked about this on Lincoln before, but like once I went to a Black Lives Matter protest that was happening in Amsterdam. This was around more.
I saw it. Yeah, I went live.
And then, yeah, that was like probably the only time I ever went live on Facebook. But
yeah,
when I was there, it was refreshing to see the amount of white people I was also mixing in the crowd. Because a lot of times I feel like me being a person like me that don't go out all that often, I ain't really trying to talk to a whole lot of. I know it can sound wrong, but I don't really encounter. I don't have a lot of white friends. I don't have conversation with white people in general to really be other than seeing stuff on comments online and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Then that's why like I could talk with a lot of my friends as well. Like the comments online, people that usually comment, the majority are the ones that are racist.
Yeah.
Those like
and that, all of that is give you a skewed
and then when
view.
you look
That's
at it,
what I'm saying. Like it is
the
give you a
ones who
skewed
not
view of like what is really out there, and then like seeing the amount of white people who was there standing alongside.
That's why I say
some of the black people and thing protesting against like police brutality against black people and stuff. Like it's refreshing to see that, and that's why for me, like to say most Europeans is like, well, I don't know most Europeans, so I don't know if most Europeans are indeed racist, but I mean. In the culture, in the Holland especially, I do personally believe that racism is super duper normalized in this country. So, like, you see it oftentimes to me in some of the experience I had when I used to socialize more. Like, there's just lots of things like Zwarte Piet to me is the best example of that. That this is a nationally celebrated holiday tradition that's looked forward to every year, which is basically ridiculing black people and the features. And originally, when you go back to it, like the way that a lot of the black Piets was portrayed, having like a kind of Surinamese accent or speaking like a broken form of Dutch to show us in a like a dunce, like doofus kind of comedic clown way. Like this is what you celebrate as a cultural tradition every year. To me, there's no clearer form of normalized racism than that. The amount of times that you have incidents at Ajax or different football games where people throwing over a puppet, pretending like replicating that's supposed to be hanging somebody, or throwing bananas at some of the black football players on certain teams. The amount that those type of incidents happen. Just recently, I forget who was talking about. I think it was Yusuf I was telling about it with Nike and the way that they recently adopt some a dude from the UK who was a football player. He used to play with Arsenal or whatever, who recently he made his story public of some of the racism he endured with Arsenal or whatever and this and that, and Nike reached out to this dude to make him like part of their brand, one of the phases of the company and stuff like that, much like what they do with Colin Kaepernick. It's like I can't deny the racism that you see, that exists, that we know is there, but to say everybody is that, I feel like that's just a wrong statement.
I feel based off of research, based off of socializing with them, majority of them are.
Comments like I can never forget the chick who told Ricky, "Yo, you remember in the volleyball club, we remember you as a springneger," and just said it as like the calmest, coolest. Like this is a normal statement. There's nothing wrong with it.
And like, a lot of them here just use that word.
Yeah. But to think, we remember you as a springneger, the jumping black boy. Like, what kind of a thought process is that to say something like that to a person?
But the fact that they use the word, because I asked another cousin of mine, because most of my first cousins up here, they born here, so I wasn't familiar with the word, because we come from the Antilles, we come from the Caribbean. So for me to hear the word nigger, I asked my cousin, like, what does it really mean? Because these people, too much of them I run into, too much Dutch people I run into, they use the word.
Casually, like...
Yeah, so I asked my cousin, what does it mean? Does it mean Negro or does it mean nigger? She said, it means nigger. I was like, oh. So, lady who I was working with, somebody did something wrong, and she said, oh, it had to be that fella. And I was like, who's that fella? And she was like, oh, the nigger. And I was like, the what?
And that's basically how it goes.
Yeah, but I tell her I tell her about a word, and she jumped on the defense side. She was like, oh, but everybody always, people quick to make things about race and all of that. And I was like,
And that's another thing that would be so crazy.
And what she said I was crazy, she said, I was with an Antillean for a year and a half.
So she's not racist because she have a black friend. I mean, isn't that the most like popular defense
She said,
of the
but
racist person?
saying stuff like cask up is racist. Like, but who says that? What does that even mean?
Cheesehead.
But I was like, but who says that? Who? Me personally, because I've been here a while. I've been living here a while, and people like use this word.
Like I've heard the cask up term used and stuff like that.
No, not that word, but like the N word. I remember a time I was in a MBO and this Moroccan girl was like, "We the nigger, hey nigger," and I was like, "That ain't my name though."
I feel like I've never had someone call me that here.
Like I had the same confusion because when I first heard the word, I felt the exact same way. To me, it was like, it's impossible this could mean nigger, like Nigger, because of how casually and common in like just regular conversation they're using it to describe a black person. So I literally was confused for a while. I'm like, does this word mean nigger, or is it just referring to like it's a black person, dark skinned person? Like, it had me confused for a while. But yeah, I've heard it
in
used
in my class.
times.
Yeah, I've never had that. But at the same time, I go to international school.
Like, will you speak English? You doing English study?
Yeah. So
like I've encountered it in numerous places. Like I remember my first study when I first came up here and I was doing IT and HBO. Like we was playing some. I'll never forget. Like
were these Dutch classes? I need to.
It was Javier. This is like
but I mean in Dutch or in English?
Yeah, in Dutch. Javier have 18 in English? I don't think. But anyway, it's in Dutch.
I would assume so.
I was like the only black person in my class when I was doing IT. And there's this game, draw me or draw pick or something like that. You're all online on your computer and you just draw stuff and then people got to try to guess what it is you draw type of thing. And we was playing that between classes or something. And I never forget the dude had draw, one of the classmates had draw a road. And then another dude felt his guess was because it was just like a black, like the tar of how a road looks. And some dude guessed nigger. And I just watched the man like, you can't be serious. Like, this supposed to be funny? Like, I literally could not grasp the thought process because it clearly is not that. A road could clearly not be a black person. So my thing is like, so
did you just say
that's to show you the thought process of
like you thought it was funny. That's the only thing I could assume. You thought that this was a funny joke.
Why I say majority of them fuzz? Because when you're doing a lot of research, when you're reading a lot and stuff, and you hear certain things about certain European countries and how they think about, like especially in Russia, how they feel about black people.
Yeah, don't go to Russia. Don't go to Russia if you're black, please. If you're gay, even worse. If you're black and gay, don't.
Yeah?
But like the thing
that, what is Europe?
Russia?
Yeah, Russia's a different type of Europe.
Yeah, it's not what you think.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I know about the black. I know about being black, but wow.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't that Pussy Riot or whatever that had get locked up or whatnot? It was this lesbian group. I remember it making headlines and things, and they was like banned from performing in Russia. They got locked up because they was like got banned, and they was like, okay, they was told not to perform or something like that, and they still did it or whatever because they felt that whatever it was they believed in was, they had to. They can't be silenced type of vibe, something like that. I believe it was.
Yeah.
And they were locked up.
You're right. Because Russia got a type of funny.
Their perspective a little different,
they got that communist thing.
Don't look our information up.
Again,
we love Russia.
I forgot like my.
Hey, disclaimer. Anything I say,
I forgot like the.
Don't hold link up a
point I was gonna make.
Responsible. Well,
I feel like we be on top on a tangent there that touch on so many different topics.
You started with Zwarte Piet and it just flew.
And we talking for an hour and we didn't really touch not one topic. So like, and we were trying to make this thing short. So I feel like
Yeah.
I mean,
we can at least end it up on a positive note. Let's just talk a little bit about underrated rappers.
Yeah.
And just we're only allowed to mention two rappers you feel that's underrated.
Well, I could go first. I mean, I got one that pops into mind automatically. It's like my personal favorite rapper, Absol. Like, mention the name in numerous rooms and things. If you like real hip hop heads or fans of TDE, people that might be like, I really like Kendrick, and as a result, they look into TDE and the rest of the members and stuff like that. Those are people might know Absol, but generally, if you're in a hip hop head, like hip hop is your primary music genre, and you're really looking and listening to hip hop, looking for good lyrical hip hop, you wouldn't know Absol. So that was like one for sure.
I gotta think quickly.
A second one, underrated. Well, Ross feels he is. I don't know if I necessarily agree with his assessment.
I definitely don't.
To me, there's definitely reasons why he's nobody's favorite. Like he said on the What's Free track. Like, oh, ain't nobody top 10 or top 5 is like, well, Mr. Correctional Officer who stole the real Freeway's name is like, I think there's a certain part of rap fans that just refuse and will never necessarily let that go.
If we're gonna look at that, then we gotta look at other artists who take the name from criminals as well.
Yeah, but it goes beyond just taking the name. Especially when, I don't know if you saw, but there was a Netflix documentary on the whole Freeway Rick Ross situation.
Yeah, I know who he is. He was American Gangster on BT.
Nah, but in all of that, it's showing the process of how at a certain point he was trying to reach out to Rick Ross, trying to see if there could be some kind of thing. I was like, yo, you just stole my name and using this drug persona image to sell to the people of how you this big drug dealer, gangster and stuff. And it's like, no, that's not your story. You're a correctional officer, Mr. Ricky. It's like, it's a whole messed up situation.
From his body of work, though?
It depends the type of person you are to me. Because like I said, I feel like there's a certain category of rap fans, the people that would gravitate towards somebody like a Gucci because of the fact that it's like, well, so you was in beef. What happened in this beef? Some people was try to send at you, you end up catching a body, serving time, ain't never snitch. Your story checks out, use 100%, use an authentic real dude. The people that would like a dude like Gucci for those types of reasons, because these are conversations I've had before with people, and I've heard those exact reasons being like, yo, Gucci's a real dude, and that's why I fuck with him. It's like certain people in hip hop do look at that, so I can't say. To me, that's something that definitely stops Officer Ricky, as well as the fact that, to me, he will never get shine in a way or notoriety, in my opinion, because his genre is already filled with people who do it better than him and whose story are more authentic than his. Who is more notoriously a drug rapper than Jay?
No one.
Who's done it better than Jay?
No one.
The only other person that comes to mind as maybe a close person is like a Push, is one of those people, but even Push's career next to Jay-Z is like, let's get serious. Like discographies, if you comparing,
he at one point he was there saying his records don't have to sell. Because his brother and I say like his brother said Malice say, Malice say, my brother's a hustler. So if music don't do it, he gonna do some type of to get it, he gonna make some type of endorsement deal. He gonna start some type of thing. If I ain't mistaken, he got some with Adidas. He got some type of deal with Adidas.
But I feel like the high class luxury drug rap, there's already Jay, there's Push. These are other people that kind of specialize in as like their niche, and they're really good at what they do. You competing with it, and I feel like you will never get that top spot over Jay.
You can't, but nobody. Yeah.
So I feel like that's a big reason Ross is not mentioned, because it's like, we heard what you do before and we heard it done better, some would argue. If you
let's say if you're making like a top 10, I wouldn't find it strange if someone put Ross in there, because his body of work, like his albums have never been bad.
Yeah,
he does not have a bad body of work.
Pusha T does always talk about him. Pusha T always just say like,
and Ross features are all like,
he could always send Ross the beat. we're gonna come back how we expect it to.
Like I understand that like Rick Ross, like if I have to look at it like objectively, like I listen to Rick Ross a lot. I would not put him in my top 5 though. But I would not find it weird if he's in someone's top 5. Like Rick Ross is the ultimate. I sitting down on my couch, drinking a cognac, music.
And
when I relax him,
and even that, I feel like he let that sound go, and he started to go trap. Cause originally that was his thing, but to me, his sound was very much like Jay-Z's sound. Like the type of beats that Ross would rap on back when you would always hear the Maybach music tag, and he had a lot of Justice League beats, those very luxurious kind of classical instrument sounding beats. Like when he was on that vibe, to me it was like, this is Jay-Z's shit. Like Jay-Z's beats might not have been as like over the top production wise, but it was still like you would often hear a lot of kind of jazzy feels and like some of the samples and different things like that. So I feel like it was a very similar lane and subject matter, like all the extra flossy shit. Who can outfloss Jay? You got 500, you got $1 billion to floss with. Like who can outfloss and out luxury the dude who recorded his music video in the what's the name of that museum in France? Like the Ape Shit video was recorded in that museum, the Louvre.
Oh yeah.
Like who can out luxury Jay? Tell me. 2 Chainz is part of his brand is being like doing the most expensive stuff in the world. Like that show is like one of the things he does host, trying like all kind of expensive burgers that got gold plates and gold flakes and all kind of nonsense, and the prices exorbitant amounts of money. Like, but even a 2 Chainz can't realistically out luxury Jay.
Nobody Jay been doing it so long. Jay been doing it more than 20 years. How are we going?
And just looking at the facts, nobody would believe it as much. You believe it when Jay tells you about some rich dude shit, because you know this dude, he got the money to back up, and you could see the moves in the public, and then owning Tidal, owning own stream service.
The man said 96 that he's still spending money from 88.
We go a little bit too far on a tangent in terms of what the topic
is.
My two. Lloyd Banks and Jadakiss.
Solid choices.
I go mention one, and you're gonna say like he ain't underrated, and I feel like he should be on a higher pedestal. Lil Wayne. Why? That's exactly why. Your reaction is exactly why. Lil Wayne's body of work.
What about it?
His body of work. His music is still relevant till this day. You could listen to all of his old tracks and it doesn't. None of them sound dated.
You find he underrated?
I find he underrated.
He used to go around saying he the best rapper.
Listen, no, you don't understand.
And that was the general consensus for a point in hip hop. I feel like from 08, 09, 2010 maybe, like around that era.
The same people that used to say like Lil Wayne is still in my top 5.
Kendrick gives it up to people like Kendrick, who on top of the game know is like, yo, Lil Wayne was one of my biggest influences. Talking about Lil Wayne, giving credit, giving props to Lil Wayne's lyrical ability. Make it right.
Dog, if people gonna make the top 5 today, because there was this stigma around Lil Wayne around a certain time when he started to change his persona and thing.
And started to sing and cry. Started crying on tracks.
But those songs still would hit. But regardless of people, if you enjoyed it, yes or no. A lot of I still remember this interview. And this is where I was like, but why what's up with this stigma with Lil Wayne all of a sudden?
He's the OG mumble rapper.
Yeah, but there was this interview.
Don't get credit. He's the OG mumble rapper.
There was this interview with but I could say understand him though.
He's lyrical.
What you can understand? You know that song I Can't Believe It with he and T-Pain? Could you understand him? What he was saying? You know the song I Can't Believe It?
But there was one of those songs like
there was a period in his career when he exactly. Yeah, but when he started getting heavy into when you could not see Lil Wayne without the double cup, and his voice, the sound of his voice literally started to change. It was like, okay, cool. Lil Wayne music took a different direction. There was hustler music, Lil Wayne, and then there was later career Lil Wayne, and then he just show glimpses of hustler music type of Lil Wayne, like on that, like the Mona Lisa song, shit like that.
Look.
Even on that, he was crying a little bit.
Yeah. I used to love those songs. I ain't gonna lie.
I like some of them.
Oh my
those songs.
Nah, that was one of my favorites. Like, I love the song My Life with the Game.
There is no Carter I did not love.
I ain't listened to all of them, so I can't judge.
all of the Carters are good.
I listen to
What
2,
you
3,
trying to
and 4.
say though? Because
Lil Wayne
me
underrated.
personally,
Underrated.
I don't find so.
Listen,
Lil Wayne
but
is
this
the father of
the
the entire generation of rap we seen today. Lil Wayne is the father of.
He the
Yeah, he
reason
is.
why a lot of them rappers
But
he got
listen.
locks and all that.
Exactly,
And a
the
lot of people
face
got
tats,
locks and
the
shit.
locks,
this
like the
this interview,
mumbling.
I like him
made
afterwards.
made me think this.
What?
So they were interviewing Big Sean. This was like 2-3 years ago, and they asked Big Sean, like who inspired you to become a rapper, blah blah blah, and Big Sean, like they asked this question a lot of times before, and then before he even answer, they say Lil Wayne, and people like Lil Wayne, like because that time period Lil Wayne was doing something different. Everybody, for some reason, took Lil Wayne out of the discussion, even when I think it was Method Man or I think it was Method Man. Method Man said, the 3 rappers that lyrically it's really hard to touch, that's like popping in the industry, was Eminem, Jay-Z, and Lil Wayne. And when they mentioned Lil Wayne, people started laughing. I'm just saying, dog. There's this like
I don't know who these.
I understand. No, I understand what you mean.
Everybody
I understand what you
forgetting
mean. I understand what you
this man-
mean. But those people that laughing, they probably laughing for a reason, or they probably laughing because
they can't
they ain't really know.
They don't know. Like them people don't know. They don't know mixtape Weezy. They don't know
Because
even
you
some
know
of the
why?
Carters
You
he's
know why?
saying,
Because
like,
a lot of people think that the things that Lil Wayne says is jokey. It's like, what are you saying, Lil Wayne? What do you mean? What?
The problem with Lil Wayne is, to me, the reason I like Lil Wayne is a phenomenal rapper. Lil Wayne is one of the greatest, but Lil Wayne wouldn't make my top 5 simply based on subject matter. It's one of the criticisms I've had against Lil Wayne for a long time. Generally, on the Carters, those projects, he's able to pull it together a little bit and learn how to stay on topic and write about a particular something. But all the mixtape Weezy, like even some of the non-mixtape Weezy sounds like a Milli. What is a Milli about? Nothing. The song's about 6'7". What is it? Yes, I love Real G's moving status like lasagna. I will never ever not credit Lil Wayne for that amazing line.
Shit. But because he was the first one to actually be consistent with saying stupid shit.
No,
he can get away with it.
but
there was creativity in this man's punchlines. The problem was Lil Wayne was a rapper who rapped for rhyming's sake, in the sense that he the way that, to me,
they're a rapper.
No, I mean in the sense of, like, to me there's 2 basic things that drive like the next line. Like when you write in a verse, there's 2 basic ways you could go about coming up with what do you use to look at for the next line. Are you looking for content? Like, are you going for the words? Are you lyric driven, or are you rhyme driven? Because if the last thing I said was said, that means, okay, I gotta try to think up a line that ends with red, dead, fed, something like that for the next line. And to me, that's the way Lil Wayne raps. He's rhyme driven. He's not lyric driven. It's not like I'm trying to tell this one story, or he only pulls out the more lyric driven rap on the Carters.
Or what he does a lot too is like he says a sentence and then he says another sentence, and those 2 sentences separately mean something, but then together it means a whole nother. And his thing is actually wordplay. That's where he excels at.
To me, he excels at similes. There's nobody who he uses more similes. I'm high like a kite. I'm fly like this. I ball like this. I do something like something. That is Lil Wayne's standard formula of a punchline. And nobody, to me, use it more prolifically. Use it. And the thing that was amazing about Lil Wayne is because it was the entire song is nothing but that. And it's like, yo, hold on, how did you come up with it? How did you come up with this many metaphors, this many similes and stuff like that?
That's why I don't find it underrated.
No, but
in battle sense.
In the con, no, but when we talk about in the con, because Lil Wayne is in my top 5 for sure.
In battle sense, I understand why people would laugh.
Yeah. But
because when they say you can't touch Eminem, you can't touch Jay-Z in battle sense, well, even though Jay-Z get body.
He wasn't talking battle sense. It was
just in general
body of work, lyrically, it was just the 3 top artists. Like this was 3-4 years ago, and I would say Lil Wayne is definitely, you could throw him in that category without even flinching. His music, like, there's a lot of music that you would listen to now, like in 3-4 years, we could come back to this year and listen to the raps that we were listening to, and they gonna sound dated. Like, Lil Wayne's music ain't gonna be one of them.
And the reason for that is, a big part of the reason for that is because exactly what I just described about the way Lil Wayne songs are structured, the way his verses are written.
He could make music.
Like, and no, I disagree with you, because that same thing I just said is one of the main reasons why his music would sound dated. Because he's one of those people that does a lot of, okay, who's the hottest in basketball? No, I ball like that person. Who's the what movie just came out? Let me make a reference or play on words with that. Like Lil Wayne does that a lot. A lot of his punchlines and bars.
But he has said stupid shit.
Is like pop culture references, and pop culture is like, oh, so if it's like if I say, yo, I'm gonna get streams like Gangnam Style, is like, but Gangnam Style was how many years ago now?
Yeah, but still, but
them streams, okay.
But it's a comparison. The people who know it get it. But if you was born more in the recent year, if you just wasn't paying attention to that, if you missed that wave of Gangnam Style, is like
no. Okay, let me.
Then again, we living in an age of technology.
Let me say
a lot of people.
I understand that.
Let me say it like this: you could go now to the Carter, the first one, listen to Go DJ and a bunch of those songs, and it ain't gonna sound dated. He just made a song that sounds like a Carter 1 song in the recent Carter, and it sounds like it makes sense.
It's weird that you are saying that, though, because that was one of the main criticisms I heard people talking about the Carter 5.
What?
Is that, yo, you could have heard that this song was supposed to be put out 3-4 years ago. That was one of the main criticisms I saw, because that was the case. Like,
who was criticizing that? Who?
There's different people who's giving it. I've heard it from different people. Right now, I can't.
They musically involved, that they just
this was
like
a conversation, if I'm not mistaken, that was had on the Joe Budden podcast, where they noted that yes, these was critiques that certain people pointed out as well, and just from people I've talked to, is like, I could see where they're coming from with certain songs. Like, I don't know. It's weird to describe exactly what about them kind of makes them sound dated. But it was a similar feeling like when he dropped the T-Wayne project. It was recently, maybe a year or two ago, he had dropped the T-Wayne project that was supposed to come out 5-6 years ago when T-Pain was still popping. And it was when that had come out, you could have heard that, oh, these songs was very in that area, the Buy You a Drink and Welcome to the Good Life from him and Kanye, that kind of era. It had that kind of feel to it. And it's just yo, nobody trying to hear this in 2016 or 2017 whenever I dropped.
I find that messed
different. The culture, the climate of hip hop was just different. It was.
I find it messed up.
If it had dropped back then, it would have a different impact.
But maybe some people who like the music then might like it.
Yeah,
you'll have a group that like it.
There'll always be those people, but those people will not be making up the masses.
That don't matter. To me, it don't matter.
The music that gets spread to the masses, follows a very kind of formulaic.
Yeah, but that's for what? That's to sell music.
Okay, so I said Lil Wayne, and I feel like he underrated, and Ludacris.
You was watching my IG today, man?
No, I did not.
Cause just today,
you feel Ludacris underrated?
Yeah.
Yes,
highly underrated.
What do you mean underrated?
When have you ever heard Luda's name mentioned in a top 10, top 5 conversation? Nobody don't.
Especially as a lyricist.
When it comes, if you were to judge our rap ability, had a checklist and were to be okay, do you got punchlines? Are you able to switch your flow up? Or what is your delivery your enunciation? Luda checks off highly in every category that. Delivery, the way he says his words, very few people say their words the way Luda says their words. It's almost
I don't find it underrated.
But in a different way.
I don't find I don't. Okay, maybe you're right. Because in terms of being mentioned.
Yeah, you have to be put in the conversation. Ludacris would not.
Yeah,
I find
Ludacris falls under a Fab situation in me. There's just, and even Fab is more consistent than Ludacris, but Fabulous is. I don't know. I think with Fabulous, part of the reason why he's underrated is because he never leveled up.
What do you mean?
Fabulous been a rapper that's been rapping, and he's been really good at rapping for forever. But Luda did the movies.
Luda do the movies. Luda do the NASDAQ deal.
Luda had a whatchamacallit. Luda had a label. He was disturbing the peace. Luda made different moves to kind of change the perception of him, so that you see him old boss in certain ways than a Fabulous. Fabulous stayed in the work for high up in the work position. Rapping is a kind of working position, the worker's position. You don't ever go to that boss status where you don't have to rap. And for years, Luda was eating off of 2 Chainz, because 2 Chainz, Titty Boy was signed to Disturbing the Peace back then, and to get out of the deal and stuff. They had their little issues thing there, but for a long time, Luda was just eating off of 2 Chainz music, not putting on music. That's why you understand why Luda ain't putting on music. the man getting that Fast and the Furious money and all of these type of things.
Now you got
But-
the Fear Effect.
To me,
Doing that,
all of that kind of I don't know. To me, it kind of led to Luda's underratedness a little more.
Yeah.
because he
I think- no,
stepped
but I
away
think-
from hip hop, and he's
Yeah.
not really. People stopped seeing him as a hip hop guy. You know, he's
But-
like it's like how I grew up. To me, I never saw LL Cool J as like the rapper.
But one thing I want to say, because I was thinking about it, like what people want to like this whole, because I saw an interview with 21 Savage, and he was there saying like, yeah, some of the older cats they on us because we don't rap like how they rap, but there's no right and wrong.
True.
But still, like, what you gotta understand is, my dude, what you want? You want relevance? You want to be relevant, or you want just you jumping on a wave? Because look, I agree with the whole saying that it's just 3 years. You could be popping now, right? This year, but it's gonna just last 3 years. I believe in that. I believe that. So to see Ludacris step away and do other things and boss up, like you said, to me, yeah, I find that good. I find he gonna always be relevant because of the moves that he make.
Camera just died.
Yeah, but I'm with
Yeah,
music
so we
wise,
gotta-
I was just talking more specifically in terms of if you look at Ludacris's body of work, like people when he had that album, I think it's called
Red Light District, Word of Mouth, Incognito, Theater of the Mind.
Theater of the Mind. When that album came out, it was a little jokey because Ludacris always had
Comedy.
that comedy in his raps.
Yeah.
Number one spot,
Yeah.
the Austin Powers trap.
So
Yeah, when he kissed the girl and asked her.
so I think that's
wasn't
also why a lot
Yeah.
of people didn't take him seriously.
I feel like
It's-
that's definitely part
No,
of the
but I
comedy
find that
aspect.
frig up.
Yeah, true.
That's
true.
frig up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why
It
Because
changes-
how
it
you gonna
changes your
how you gonna not
perception.
take him seriously, but then you gonna take a Eminem seriously?
Valid point.
yeah,
Valid point.
because usually what Eminem used to do, like you would have an album, and from that album he would have one song for the white people, legitly for the white people. That's
Which
like
is
Without me, loses just
that for
lose
white
it.
people.
Like those the more popular ones, the ones we attacking all the pop stars and
you know those types of tracks. There's always every album has one or two.
and then he has to go to sleep.
And then he has like the other deep, like when he talks
Kim.
about his daughter or
murdering
goes more
people.
you know, like Stan, those types of tracks, those are him going more into the lyrical, like more psychological part of his raps. And then you have the let's make it because back then you needed to have that
But
single.
honestly, to me, I get what he's saying
I understand what
because
you're
it
saying.
applies the same way to
I
Luda.
understand.
In the sense, like Luda was the same way as an artist that
He had serious songs too.
He had those number one spots and those jokey songs, and then
Actually,
he had the serious things like
songs that was
Runaway
hits.
Love,
Yeah.
Runaway Love was a hit.
Yeah,
like, and
But-
Slap where if you like I think about slapping somebody
Yeah.
today and stuff like that.
but that album is
And Blow
specifically
It Out.
because all of those music videos of him
Roll out,
was
Get back.
jokey. Every
stand
was.
like
stand up,
every
get back.
no, but
Yep.
every
We gotta-
every Ludacris always when he shines,
Yeah.
he's
some
always the
comedian.
yes.
But we gotta understand that he started off as what, a radio
Yeah,
personality,
he
a
used-
DJ.
Yeah, he used to
Yeah.
be
So-
on radio.
but
Okay.
I am not saying that I love that of him. That's a plus for me. But when it goes into the
It does change in
conversation,
his
people
perception. It does
yes,
change his perception, the way people perceive him. I feel like
because you have Eminem joking, and then you have Eminem. I can't laugh to this fuck.
and then there's stuff that's like white.
But he's an artist.
Then there's other
No, but you
stuff.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we gonna.
There's also that category of music where it's like, just why did you make this, Eminem? That's how I always feel when I heard
that was
Fact.
last year.
When I heard Fact, I was like, why did you make
I
this,
think it's
Eminem?
drugs.
Like, there is not enough drugs in the world that could get me to make a track like Fact.
You don't know?
Shove a gerbil in your ass through a tube. Really. And it wasn't
Yo,
until later in life I
that would
realized
happen
that
when-
that was a South Park reference.
Yeah.
Like, that was some shit that happened on South Park, and that's what Eminem was doing. Because at the time when I heard that in Eminem song, I was not
confused.
allowed to watch. I wasn't watching South Park, really.
I
So
was watching South Park too young.
Yeah, me too. I watched that when it just come out. I think.
Why would the shove a gerbil in your ass? Like, that was one of the things that made me appreciate Eminem a lot more, because I realized when they started watching South Park, I realized how much Eminem watched South Park and how big of an influence South Park was on Eminem and the way he looks at the world, some of the type of jokes he would make and stuff like that that would come true in his music, the outrageousness of it, like the just super over the top kind of style. Like, it's very South Park. As well as I listened to The Far Side recently for the first time. And The Far Side is like, that was a good group. To me, there's no clearer person that you can be like, oh, so that's why Eminem is what he is. After listening to The Far Side, it was like, I never heard this. I know Eminem. I never heard what could be a possible, some of the stuff that's possible influence. Like, I know he's a big fan of Pharoah Monch as well. Like, his lyrical ability, the way Eminem tries to rhyme every part of a word. Like, he can break down the word and rhyme every syllable with the next syllable and go on like that. That's a very Pharoah Monch thing. And just like the wild, crazy side, in some way, the very slapstick humor, jokey side of Eminem is like very Far Side, as well as like South Park mixed in. It's just interesting to me to like,
but then
the perception of artists changes if you understand why they are.
I think with all that, boiling down to all that, and I want people to hear this, is that when these artists put out these songs, I guess like you get to see the artistry, because it's not just the same thing. Because if you have a song and if you have songs and all them just the same, then it's like, okay, but what else can you do?
That's why Luda is so diverse.
Yeah,
like throughout his career.
That's why I bring up Ludacris like, and comparing to Eminem.
He certainly is.
I find just in the music industry, it just got too much bias.
Luda's like a Busta Rhymes. To me, I feel like they're very, very.
They are.
In some ways.
But Busta Rhymes is like every song, well, not every song, but most songs that Busta come up with were hits.
Busta had a lot, but I feel like Busta is another underrated one. Busta is another underrated one as well.
Yeah, lyric like skills wise, yeah.
The same thing I was just laying out for Ludacris, the same applies to Busta's like lyrical ability. Like if you're able to do double time, faster speed rap, if you got that check, the intonation, delivery, like different styles, he can make the super hype, turn it up tracks and things like that, or he can make Baby If You Give It To Me, and it's like
it's a hit though.
And he kills all of them.
Yeah,
like,
every age. Yeah,
underrated rappers. Man.
Underrated.
Fun conversation.
See,
something that definitely, depending if it goes unlimited time, it definitely could go like for quite some time.
Yeah, it can.
Because it's only like
there's a lot of rappers.
The only people who gets credit is Jay-Z, Nas, Tupac, Biggie, Eminem. That's everybody's top 5. Like generally, if you don't sit there as like the top 5, it's like you looked at as something is wrong with you. And basically that results in everybody being underrated, because
that's why a lot of artists want to die though. Like I was watching Mr. Shad Moss, and he was just saying like
Shad Moss. Another one of the OG favorite rappers. Another one of like,
you find him underrated? He had an album named Underrated, right? If I'm mistaken.
I don't remember.
To tell you the truth, but the reason why I started rapping was because of Bow Wow now.
Like Bow Wow is one of those people that he is underrated, but I don't know if it's as like not just I feel like with Ross and stuff, with certain people it's like, yo, you could really see that there's underrated, but Bow Wow is like, he maybe in some ways gets the respect that he deserves, or is placed in his rightful place that you maybe don't deserve that much respect in a way, because a lot of his hits were written by Jermaine Dupri. A lot of his songs were written by Snoop, all the people who was around at the time who was writing for him when he was Lil Bow Wow at least, and he has not had the success really as Bow Wow. Like
then he gotta earn it.
And that one because he feels like, I don't know if Bow Wow is really underrated because of that reason.
I always like assumed that Bow Wow was like on the same, like Bow Wow to me, like he falls under the tiger lane. The tiger lane. He was there at a certain point, and then he made bad decisions, I guess.
Yeah.
But he was in the tiger lane.
I find he like on all win, but not with rapper content, but like they both had
He made the songs for the chicks though. He was fabulous.
Yeah.
Bow was fabulous.
Yeah.
Bow Wow's biggest hits was like, Say Little Bow Wow. Like a lot of Bow Wow's hits, even when he was slightly more mature, some of the ones with Omarion and the Sierras and stuff like that. A lot of them was the songs for the chicks. Mm-hmm. Like, and I mean,
that was a bad thing.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. It was always part of his image, because like I can specifically remember like all the chicks in my primary school class being in love with Bow Wow. So I mean, it fits. It
I bring him up to say like that's why a lot of like he was just saying the only thing he didn't do yet is die. Cause he see Pac go, he see Big go, and he see the love that he get.
But I don't honestly, but this gonna sound rough.
I was having a conversation with Big.
This gonna sound rough, but I don't think if
Biggie deserving the top 5?
I don't want to incriminate myself. I don't think that if Bow Wow passes away, he would be considered in the top 5 either. Sorry.
For people who can't see since the camera died, I mean, the sound is just Woods eating.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Woods been here munching on these. What is those? Peanuts, almonds? Like, what kind of nuts is that?
Pistachios.
Okay.
These are the holy grail of nuts.
Some good stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, Bow Wow.
We tried to make this a short episode, and we're on the hour and 30 minutes now.
Oh, I thought it was longer. I thought it was longer. I really did.
Die like at the hour and 20.
Put it back on, though.
Why the battery dead? Not impossible.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
Dead now.
So I guess with that, we can sign off.
Yeah, I think we can wrap up.
Yeah, we could wrap up.
90 minutes of content is good.
And I feel like we didn't even really talk about like we touched on like 2 topics. This wasn't no topic specific conversation. This was just conversation.
Hey, that's
it just felt like homies chilling.
Yeah, that's a link up.
Yeah,
you're a guest.
Basically. Yeah. Homies chilling. I mean, you're a guest, but you one of the homies.
Yeah,
true. So, yeah. But all right, peoples. With that, unless you got anything to plug, want to let people know about some of the upcoming projects?
Yeah, just working on this from me to you.
The man is a rapper. For those who don't know, man is a rapper. We busy working on some fire.
Yeah,
you know, some things that's like produced by Mr. King or Your Highness. Since maybe I gotta change my name now and stuff.
Change it. I'll make the logo.
Okay. But yeah. We working on some stuff produced by me. We got a couple tracks recorded so far. So, you know, people should stay tuned for that.
Just be on the lookout. That's all I gonna say. Be on the lookout.
You might see a snippet or something like that pop up one of these days on an IG or something. But
yeah, definitely.
Don't be too excited. It ain't coming out tomorrow. It's like, be patient.
You don't have to. We gotta be patient.
Be patient.
Can't rush greatness.
Holler that.
And music is timeless.
It's coming out
if you do it right. Yeah. If you do it right. Not all music is timeless.
Yeah.
Not all music.
But that's why Lil Wayne dropped whatever way he dropped when he dropped. Because I find music is timeless. Anyway. That's why we drop rap.
Woods.
Okay. All I gotta plug is basically
upcoming parties.
If you're looking for something to do for the New Year's, come to Cublux. We got Island Fusion Cross La Vumba. If you love Latin music, bachata, merengue, salsa, then there's a floor for you, and the second floor you're going to have dancehall, R&B, hip hop, soca, the Caribbean vibe. So you got the Latin vibe downstairs and the Caribbean vibe upstairs. We're gonna make it a big party. So come through. If you want to dance, look at pretty women, hear good music. So I got you.
I will be there.
Yeah, and only thing I gotta plug is kind of like I just assisted Screw on the plug, basically. You know, that's something else that I'm kind of working on, but just on a production side. This is the first time me kind of getting into my production bag like that. Really just looking at doing a whole project for one particular artist. You know, that's something I never really did before, so that's something that coming in the future, like we already said. But and for me with music, I feel like I could put this out there. I mean, me and Dollar G have a song. That's something to look out for. I'm not announcing a date yet, but it's coming in the near future. So, you know, for those who enjoy Dollar G being on the podcast and be curious what would sound like to hear Dollar G and Mr. King on the track, that's coming soon. So make sure you stay looking out for that. Yeah, let's go hear it already, you know. Seemed like he was feeling it. But yeah, with all of that being said, people, we'll see you the next time we link up.
Peace.
One.